Hi everyone, good day. So by the way, I am Peter Pizarro Galagala from section B.Ed 1A. So today, I will report to you or discuss to you my topic about the study of ethics, the importance of ethics, the value of ethics and moral. So let's start. Ethics is derived from the Greek word ethos, which means characteristic way of acting. Its Latin equivalent is mos meaning tradition or costume. It includes cultural mannerism, religion, politics, laws, and social aspiration of a group of people. So in here, in ethics, is also a moral principle that govern as person behavior on the conducting of an activity. So it includes the honesty, caring, and compassion, integrity, and personal responsibility. If you say ethos also refers to those characteristics belonging to man as a rational being with intellect and free will. Next is the ethos of man as man is revealed in following.
So in here we see a possible characteristic way of acting.
So first, he is able to distinguish between good and evil, right and wrong, moral and immoral. Number two, he feels within himself an obligation to do what is good and to avoid what is evil. He feels himself accountable for his action, expecting reward for punishment for them. So these are those examples of characteristic of acting. So next we have here the study of ethics. So this part is the main topic for today. So let's start. Ethics, its meaning, ethics is the science of morality of human acts. Why ethics is science of morality? Because ethics is the philosophical science which studies morality in general and morals as one of the most important aspect of the life activity of men. And we have human act are those actions performed by man knowingly and freely and intentional or voluntary. Example, performing by man knowingly is telling the truth, going to work, something that you thinking and you give an action. That is example of human act. Second is act of man are those actions performed which are instinctive and involuntary, like ignorance, fear, love, or emotion, physical and biological movements. Children insane under the influence of drug, alcohol. Example, something that normal act that you do each day without us controlling, like blinking. Those are the example of act of man. The difference of human act and act of man is that human act are made by the choice of human. We could control it. But the act of man are normal act we do each day without us controlling. We cannot control this act. So next is morality. So in morality is the quality of human act by which they are constituted as good or bad or indifferent. So if you're doing good, that is moral. If you're doing bad, is immoral. If you're doing indifferent, is amoral. Example in moral is that always telling the truth. That is a big example of moral. An example of immoral, something bad action, something stealing, that is immoral. Doing indifference is immoral. If you see indifferent is something that have a good and bad balance in situation, something having or showing no concern, something that na you have concern someone but deep inside you are not concerned for that someone. That is the example of amoral.
Also, a good habit is virtues, while wrong habits is vices. If you say habit, it is refers to a person attitude. Virtues, something that mabait, mabuti, at magalang, parang ganun. While wrong habit is kabaliktaran siya. Vices, when you say vices kasi is kasakiman, kasamaan, like that. That is the difference between virtues and vices. Ethics as value education. So, ethics takes the form of value education, a value of something a person prizes, cherish, and esteem as important to him. It includes ideas, things, or experiences. The aim of the values education is to guide the individual in choosing wisely his values and acting upon them. So in here, the ethics values education is also oriented into a nurturing respectful attitude toward others, both individuals and communities, to practice putting one's belief attitude. So example, responsibility, honesty, kindness. Those are the aim of values to educate, to guide individual to choosing wisely as individual. The art of correct living. Um, Human life does not imply merely physical survival. It is a vacation towards the refinement of the spirit. The demands of the daily life includes and derives meaning from the cultivation of those traits that truly reflect man's innate dignity. Ethics is an art. It is the breath of life pulsating with the desire for growth and etc. So, why ethics is an art of correct living? Because it teach how we put order and harmony in our lives. Also, we know that art is a way of living. Creativity is a way of expressing our unique nature in everything we do. So this means seeing beyond our eyes as we look for and discover this essence of everything that we encounter. That is the art of correct living. So the importance of ethics. So these are those importance of ethics part. So ethics is an indispensable knowledge. Ethics is a moral integrity. Ethics is science of morality. Hence, it is the foundation of every human society, according to Leticia Ramashahina. At the According to Leticia Ramashahina, at the bottom of our economic problems and political instability is the weakness and corruption of the moral foundation of our society. We need an economic recovery program. We also urgently need a moral, intellectual, and spiritual recovery. So that's right. Our economy is the weakness, is the corruption of politicians. So in politician, we need a leader that have a moral integrity, something that have a concern to the society and responsibility to make our society a better place. So that is a very good leader of a moral foundation that we need today. So, importance of ethics is also that refers to the norms and etiquette, which means is very important to the society. Without ethics, I think there's no probability respect because in ethics you see respect and moral is important to knowing to also to make people knowing what is right and wrong. That is important.
Good day, everyone. I am Jecrislyn Arbutante from BE Ed 1A. I'm going to discuss today the two ethical system, ethics and religion, ethics and law, and professional ethics. I'm going to discuss the two ethical system, the theistic approach and theistic approach. A theistic approach means only matter exists. God do not exist. Matter is the only reality. Man is matter and does not have a spiritual dimension. A spiritual dimension means does not have belief and value. Man is free and must exercise his freedom to promote the welfare of the society. There is no life after death. Man is accountable only to the state. While the theistic approach, God is the supreme lawgiver. God is the supreme creator and lawgiver. When we talk about lawgiver, this is the person who draws up and enacts law or make into laws. Man is free and must use his freedom to promote his personal and social interests along with his fellow men. Man has an immortal soul which cannot die. Man is accountable for his actions, both good and evil. In the other words, a theistic approach means disbelieving or lacking belief in the existence of God, while the theistic approach, a person who believes in God. Next, ethics and religion. Ethics means it is a science and depends upon rational investigation of its truth, teaches the value of religion, while religion, it is a system of beliefs and practices based on faith or revelation, contributes the teaching of ethics and continues to enrich with its moral insight. All great religions, for instance, hold life in deep respects and propose universal brotherhood as necessary for global peace and prosperity. Ethics and law. Ethics means it is a study of human motivation. It covers the thought and feelings. It requires that man's desire that which is good and act accordance with that desire, while law, externality of the act. Law requires that we perform the required action regardless of our feeling towards that action. Law can be either moral or immoral. Thus, what is legal is necessarily moral, but what is moral is necessarily worth legalizing. Moral means what is right and wrong, while immoral, not morally good or right. Professional ethics. The practice of a profession cannot be regulated entirely by legislation. Each profession, therefore, subscribes to a set of moral code. This code of ethics guides the situation of a professional where the law is silent or inadequate. Not all government-implemented law is applicable within the organization for professional occupation and uses. Maungnay code of ethics ang every organization para mahimong measurement or guide para sundon sa mga trabahante. Moral code means a code of ethics implies that, before anything else, a professional is a person who has the obligation to listen to the dictates of reason. There are some given situation here. Jhon, a young man who grew up in the province, went to the city for the first time. He crossed the street without a second thought and almost got hit by the car. This example is ethics and law. Kaya nga no, it could be it could be a law because si Juan nagtabok siya sa street without any signs na pwede to siya tabukan. It could be also ethics and religion. Kay wala may sa ilahang province wala may nga belief nga ginasunod nila. Next is Mrs. Aquino is a very rich businesswoman. Her only son was kidnapped and the kidnappers asked for 50 million pesos. Mrs. Aquino gave the money right away. So it could be ethics and law. Kay nga no pod. Wala siya nag-ask og tabang sa mga pulis, ning diretso siya hatag og 50 million sa mga kidnappers. It is also against the law kay nag-act siya diretso without any consent sa mga pulis.